Welcome back to another edition of the 2014 MAC Basketball Tournament Podcast. I'm Ben Jeanette. Alongside me is Matt Schisler. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Glad to be back.
Let's talk about last night's game first and how we got here. Last night, the Zips were able to beat the Ohio Bobcats by a score of 83-77. That came behind two monster games by Demetrius Treadwell and Quincy Diggs. Matt, go ahead and explain how dominant they were last night.
They dominated the game. Quincy was able to hit a lot of key shots, and Diggs was on the glass all night long. Diggs was able to impose himself on OU. It really made a difference. Diggs made a lot of key shots, a lot of big threes.
Tonight, the Zips will be taking on the Western Michigan Broncos. They have a couple of dynamic scorers as well, and they are led by their big man, 6'11" center, Shane Whittington.
He averages 16.1 points a game and 8.8 rebounds. That's a big player, 6'11". He's obviously taller than all the Akron starters. Only Pat Forsyth is comparable in height to that. And also, David Brown, shooting guard, averages 19.1 points a game. That's their leading scorer on this team. It'll be important for the Zips if they want to win to shut him down today.
I agree with you. You're going to see that matchup down low between Treadwell and Whittington. That's going to be something to watch tonight. And also, who's going to be able to stop Brown? They need to lock him down. You can't have these two guys going off and getting big games. The last time these two met, they met one time this year. Earlier in the year, the Broncos won the game 57-54. Both Whittington and Brown put up numbers. Demetrius Treadwell for the Zips had a monster game. He put up 16 and grabbed 12 boards. The problem with that, though, is his partner in crime, Quincy Diggs, had a pretty poor game.
That's right. He only shot 3 of 13 from the field, finishing with 9 points. Diggs is one of those players, when he has a bad night, it's a really bad night. If the Zips are going to win, Diggs is going to be important today. So he's got to shoot better than that today.
I agree. They need to take what they did last night and put it into tonight's game as well.
If Diggs stays hot like he was last night, he's going to have a great game today.
One of the key takeaways from that loss, though, is the fact that the Zips had 21 bench points compared to the Broncos' 0. How important is that stat going to be in tonight's game?
It's going to be extremely important. If Western Michigan ends up in foul trouble later in this game, having 0 bench points, 0 players on the bench that they can count on to contribute to the team, that could mean trouble for the Western Michigan Broncos.
You know, you say usually when a team has a bad bench, you want to try to wear them out so they get substitute. A team like Western Michigan is going to be a very conditioned team going 5 deep basically every game. Their starters play them more than the majority of the game, just about. The Zips, in my opinion, want to play an aggressive style of basketball. Get them into foul trouble. Pound the boards. Have Treadwell, post up down low. Play a physical type of game so we force them to bring those bench guys in.
That's right. And the Akron offense, the team itself, we have a lot of depth. We run 8 or 9 deep at times during games. So if we are able to push the pace of the offense, we have a chance to wear them out, and potentially, once they get tired, that means fouls. So if we get them in foul trouble, then that's a good sign for the Zips.
Matt, do you have a key matchup tonight?
I do. It's Demetrius Treadwell versus Shane Whittington. Whittington, like I said, is taller than Treadwell. So it'll be important to see how the height versus Treadwell's just pure strength
and athleticism
contributes to the game.
I agree. What are your keys to victory tonight?
I think the key for Akron is to be able to run their offense. If they're able to run that quick up-tempo offense, continue to rotate players throughout the game, they have this game.
Stay aggressive and make them foul you.
Right.
For me, my key to victory is going to be Quincy Diggs. Quincy needs to have a game where it's 19, 20, 24 points. He needs to come out and play. He needs to stay focused. He needs to stay aggressive. He needs to play his game. Pass the ball. Quincy has this problem of that a lot of top court dribbling.
Right.
Pass the ball, get open, move off the ball, and set yourself up for some big plays.
That's right. It's important too to trust your team. If you're Quincy Diggs, don't be afraid to pass the Bencourt. Don't be afraid to pass the Harney or Kretzer. They're all your team. You've practiced them all year long. This is the moment right now when you have to trust your team the most.
I agree. Predictions tonight?
I think it'll be a close one, but I think Akron's depth will eventually wear out the Broncos. I think it'll be a 68-63 victory for the Zips.
I'm going to agree with you. This is tournament time. When you go a whole season by playing your starters that much and not giving your bench guys a lot of work, I do believe that you come across some problems in terms of, are bench guys ready to play? Are your starters tired right now in the year? If I'm Keith Dambra, I'm taking advantage of this. Again, we've stressed it a lot on this one. Akron Zips need to stay aggressive, force the issue, get the Broncos into foul trouble, get that bench on the court, and try to take either Shane Whittington or David Brown out of the equation.
That's right. I think if we can do that, Akron will be here tomorrow playing for a championship.
For Matt Schisler, I'm Ben Jeanette. Thank you for joining us on the 2014 MAC Basketball Podcast.
See you at postgame.